Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and in today's video I want to discuss two topics. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about the Keepstars, since the first Keepstar has been blown up on TQ. I think it's okay to talk about these a little bit. Let's start with that. First of all, I'm here in the Maela system where a Keepstar is available. You can just dock here if you ever want to check one out. It is definitely a pretty impressive structure. It's also set in a very nice position with a lava planet on the background, and you can see that it actually slowly rotates towards the right here. Very, very cool. And it's in an awesome position. So if you ever want to check one out, you've never seen one in game, then this is your opportunity. Maela is in low sec, but it's just one jump out of high sec. So if you can fly an interceptor, there's nothing stopping you from checking it out. This specific citadel, this Keepstar, is also a bit of a special citadel because it is the Care for Kids citadel. So the owners here are actually going to try to have the citadel help for a good cause called Care for Kids. Not exactly sure how they're going to try to do that, but the aim is to create a super capital trade hub in this Keepstar citadel. So this is of course one of the biggest reasons to have a Keepstar. It is that Titans and super carriers can actually dock inside this Keepstar, and that means that if one is open to anyone and it becomes a trusted place for trading of super capital ships, they could take over the business from trusted third parties at the moment. And if they can make it work, it is of course much safer than the way super capitals are traded at the moment. It basically requires an enormous amount of trust between the buyer and the seller if they're not using a third party, because of course if you can't dock in your super capital, in your Titan for instance, before the Keepstars, you couldn't do that, then you basically had to decide a meeting place. Then the buyer had to trust the seller to actually eject from the ship, and then the seller had to trust the buyer to actually give him the cash. And after that, of course, the buyer once again had to have a lot of trust that this wasn't all just a big trap and that there was not a cloaky fleet ready for him to actually take him out in his freshly bought super capital. So of course, if you can just dock here, you can potentially just sell your super capital ship on the market or anything like that, or maybe in contracts. So that's not happening just yet. If I go for the Titans, you can see that there are some buy orders. It would of course be nice to be able to buy an avatar for 0.1 ISK, but that's just not going to happen. Then here we've got the Leviathan, the Vanquisher, of course. I doubt that's on the market. Erebus or the Ragnarok, none of these for sale just yet. When it comes to super carriers, they're not here yet either, but there are some carriers available here. So we've got some Archons for 1.25 billion. You also have a couple of Chimeras for sale. You have none of these, but you do have several Thanatoses for sale. And finally, a couple of Needhoggers as well. So I'm not exactly sure how they're planning to do all of that, but since we were starting to talk a little bit about Keepstars, I thought why not show one that's actually available in the game. It is for a good cause as well, and this could be the place if you're looking for a carrier. Then you can actually try to pick one up right here. The plan, as far as I understand, is that they want to have more Keepstars spread out so that they can basically provide a better guarantee of people that actually buy super capital here to get it out and get it to their own space. So it's definitely a worthy endeavor. And once again, it gives you an awesome opportunity to actually check a Keepstar out on TQ if you want to do so. You can even dock here, it should be open to anyone. Another question that I wanted to answer regarding Keepstars is some people asked on the destruction video of the Keepstar, why would they do this? Why would almost the entirety of EVE come down on a Keepstar before it is online just to get rid of it, just to destroy it? And well, the most obvious answer is of course that this is EVE Online, this is the sandbox, and so everyone came down on it because they could actually blow something up. It's something that EVE players do enjoy to do. But there is another very good reason, that is that the Keepstar that was onlining was not fitted. It was just a once in a lifetime of any Keepstar opportunity to blow it up with minimal resistance. And a Keepstar like this one that is fully fitted with defenses, with its super weapon as well. You can see that at the top here, that's actually the chaining lightning super weapon, is extremely difficult to destroy. You will not just be able to put down a fleet right on top of the Keepstar, hold the field forever and blow it up. Not only will these weapons destroy a lot of your capitals and maybe even your super capitals, on top of that there are also 3 timers that you will have to go through. So you will have to fight this battle 3 times in a row. Because you have to go through the shields, through the armor, and finally through the structure in order to actually destroy a fully online, a fully operational Keepstar in EVE Online. It is definitely a very big difference between managing to find and tackle a citadel, any citadel, when it is onlining for the first time after its anchoring process, and when a citadel is actually online, fully fitted, and has weapons to defend itself, especially something like a Keepstar. It's a really, really big difference, and that may just have been the actual reason behind this. Some parties may just not have wanted the alliance that was dropping down the Keepstar to gain such a strong foothold in that low-sec system. And of course, once they get going, everyone else in EVE Online is not going to miss the opportunity to destroy Keepstar for the first time, and that's the result. It's probably not just we want to blow something up, but also we get a chance to blow this up before it becomes a real pain in the butt to remove. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to share about Keepstars. They are very, very strong bastions, a clear show of force of these alliances. And right here in this system, you can actually check one out if you want to. Now, the other topic that I wanted to discuss is since Maela for some reason is very close to where I need to be anyways, I decided to check out my research agents, and this is a fully passive income in EVE Online. Can you believe that that still exists? I think it is something that has fallen to the wayside quite a little bit. I'm not sure if a lot of people still actively have these running, but research agents are something that exists in EVE Online. I picked up the stuff from this one because it was in low sec. I didn't want to risk that, but I have a second one that is right next door in the Ryzen system. And so these are level 4 research agents that are continuously providing and making research points for me. And with these research points, I can then actually purchase data cores, which are then worth money, of course. And this is in a fully passive manner. So let's check it out. We're quickly going to fly over towards this research agent, and we're going to have a conversation with him, and then we'll buy some data cores. So let's get going. Happens to be a Vespa EC600 hanging around the gate. Must have been a fight. But in an interceptor, you really don't risk anything. No one is going to be able to catch you or stop you. Even in a Tech 1 frigate, honestly, you have to be extremely unlucky not to be able to take the jump into Maela, warp off to the Keepstar, dock there. You have docking rights anyways, and just check it out if you want to. But let's move on to the second part here as we are going in system. So these research agents, they used to be a massive income actually. I remember that there was a time when you had a full account, so 3 characters that could use level 4 research agents to the max. You could actually plex your account just from this. Unfortunately, at some point, CCP did nerf this, and I think it is through faction warfare, where they actually made data cores available from the loyalty point stores there, that the income was so massively nerfed because of all the competition that it became hardly worth it. But I still want to share it with you guys. It is something that I check maybe once every few months or every 6 months or so. In fact, it's been quite a while since I've checked it here. At least 1,000 days. In fact, oh no, not 1,000 days, but I get 83.2 research points per day, and I have 64,000 research points on this agent. So as you can see, quite a bit of time, probably around 800 days have passed since I last paid him a visit. But here it is. So Dope Puete Siete, a level 4 research agent, and you can request missions for him, but honestly that's not worth doing. But once you arrive at the research agent, you can just tell him to start a research. He'll start accruing these research points, and once you have enough of them, you can just buy data cores from him. I can buy up to 647 data cores, so we'll do that. That did cost me 6.5 million to actually purchase them, but you can see here 69 million ISK in value from these data core electronic engineering, and these are the ones that I picked up in the low sec system of my other research agent right there. Unfortunately, it's too many for my small interceptor, but right here, there you go, just from 2 research agents in a fully passive way. Take 12 million out, that's 125 million ISK that I've made in data cores without having to do anything. Of course, 800 days is an extremely long time, but if you're looking for one of those skill point sinks that could give you a passive income just to basically optimize some of your farming accounts, then research agents is something that that you can still look into. It's not gonna be great, but it is completely free, and except for one jump into low sec, it's also completely safe. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you guys in this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.